We have your written report. Is there any comments or questions of board members? Any questions of board members to Howard?
Just that I appreciate the written report.
Okay.
Yeah, just briefly, Howard, you know, it's not only in our area Department of Transportation, but this issue of the state withholding funds and the timeline of that could really restrict the amount of projects and your workload for this coming year.
Yeah, it's evolving. Every time I look at the email, I'm afraid to see what'll be there next. I might add that just like within an hour, Caltrans sent me yet another updated spreadsheet on economic stimulus. I don't have time to include that today, but my hope is by next week I'll bring even a more updated thing referring to this item about the COGS and the, you know, it seems like everyone's throwing these lists together, but I think I'll have some, I think we might even have some more out of both the state and federal legislature by next week, so let's hope so, you know.
Yeah, I think
just to let you know, it's changing every minute.
That's extremely optimistic. You know, everybody's talking about this federal stimulus package, and it's not. I mean, it's being debated, but there's nothing definite. I've seen a lot of things come out of it, but nothing's definite at this point.
It's bound to be sooner or later. Let's hope. Okay,
with that, we have a notice public hearing. This is to conduct a public hearing for the purpose of receiving comments regarding creation of the Walla Walla Underground Utility District and consider adoption of resolution designating certain portions of the town of Walla Walla as Underground District Number 10, sponsoring Department of Transportation. Howard, you're going to start off with this. This is a public hearing, so do we have proper notice?
Yes, we have proper notice.
Okay, the public hearing is now open. And clerk, do we have any correspondence or telephone calls that we've been received?
We have not received anything on the item.
Okay. Staff presentation, that will be done by you, Howard.
You bet. And I won't belabor it. I don't see a member of GMAC in the audience. Am I in? Well, I see John Bowers here, but GMAC had sent an email to the CEO and myself, basically encouraging, the matter before you today has been before you before. The district boundary has been adjusted at the requests of the utility companies. We've added approximately 14 parcels west of what had been the district. Construction phasing of the project is also the major change. The portions to the north are to be constructed as phases 2 and 3. Basically, phase 2 is roughly from Pacific Woods to Robinson Reef, and then the little piece in the middle they're calling phase 3 from roughly Sedalia to Pacific Woods. This is being done for various concerns the utility companies have. GMAC has sent, as I said, to the CEO and myself a statement they wanted to go on record with, that they really hope that phases 2 and 3 will be combined and done quickly after phase 1. The district before you today, though, is the entire district, phases 1, 2, and 3. I think staff will do everything we can to combine phases 2 and 3 and have them follow as quickly as possible, but you know, we're just limited by our own resources and ability to encourage the utility companies to go faster. With that, I think you've got a public comment card, and I will respond to questions if the board has any.
Okay, we'll open up to the public comment. Is there anybody wishing to speak? Come forward, please.
Good afternoon. I've seen many of you before and happy to be here. And I'm really happy that Howard's carrying the ball for us. It's important to our town. My name is John Bauer. I represent Bauer Limited Partnership. We own about 600 acres in the Walla Walla area, including quite a few commercial parcels downtown. And part of the project seemingly has gotten a little derailed, and I'm concerned about it, and that was phase 3. When Tom Mitchell and Howard and Mr. Colfax came over and visited with me, I promised everything that I could to make sure that I didn't hinder this process in Phase 3. There's some language in there that says screening in the PUC's resolution. I don't agree with it. Those wires are clearly visible. They're not totally screened. They're not invisible. There's a large segment of it that I think they missed in the Phase 3, which has to do with the power lines. The power lines go over, I believe, 8 parcels that are currently developed, and they're quite visible, and I think they just forgot to look on the west side of the highway. They were more concerned about the east side of the highway and some of the environmental concerns that they may have to go through, including the clearances to maybe do a little dirt work or remove a few trees. I hope that that doesn't stop this project, that doesn't take it off the burner. Again, I say I was concerned that Phase 3 was not necessarily included in the resolution that was authorized by the PUC, but Phase 3 is offered, and I think what they stated was it's up to the board, the county, or the Board of Supervisors of the county to decide whether they wanted Phase 3 to happen immediately or at a later date. So I hope that you allow that to continue. I'd hate to see the undergrounding of Wallala have a segment in it for 3, 5, 10, 20 years that's not completed. I'd like to see it completed. All the property owners that were there, including myself in these initial meetings, wanted the district. There was no one there that didn't want it. So I think there's a real positive move toward the district, and I hope that you'll grant that and give Howard the wherewithal to move. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bauer. Anybody else who's public like to speak? Come forward.
Good afternoon. My name is John Williams, and we own a lot or a house in Wallala that I believe is an undergrounding project. It's assessor's parcel 145290007, and I guess I'm here for two purposes. One is we lived in Wallala for more than 25 years, and I say hooray, it's about time. Please support this because it will not only benefit the community but also the scenic value of the town. Our parcel is what I think is the southernmost parcel in the project, and I'm here among other things to confirm that. Our parcel is located on the south side of Old State Highway, County Road 501. When the GMAC was going through its hearings, it voted to include it in it. Then in a subsequent edition, it was excluded, and I've been worked with Mr. Dashiell, and he was very very helpful and very cooperative. And then subsequently with Mr. McDowell from PG&E, and after discussing the parcel and its current use and history, they agreed to include it. And in the current resolution, there's a statement in a couple of places that I believe reference my parcel, but I'm not sure, and I wanted to get clarification. On page 10, we're talking about non-contiguous expansions. It talks about it now makes it talks about a small lot at the southern end of County Resolution number 1, where AT&T lines are visible, and it says it now makes sense to include this lot within Phase 1. And then on page 13, it talks about one of two parcels at the south end of Phase 1 is proposed included in the expanded Phase 1 boundary, while the second parcel is new construction and is excluded. And like I say, I want to get clarification. I believe that you're talking about our parcel. It is right on, the lines are right on the highway, and so Mr. Dashiell, I would.
Yes, I remember we had to rewrite that description